3 Searing Blaze main in both lists. Same creature base of 4 Guide, 4 Eidolon of the Great Revel, 3 Grim Lavamancer. Surprisingly similar lists.
I see Bryan is getting a good look at how our cameras operate. Believe it or not, they work.
They do.
So we got a good look at the face there. Now, you said that this is basically 2 ships passing light and then it slows down because one player doesn't want to lose in response to a burn spell?
Right, both players get pretty low, and then it becomes an issue of, you know, do I have enough instants to go over the top if they have a lot of instants to play against me?
It's an Arid Mesa to start things off. How good is Goblin Guy in this matchup? Pretty good?
It's fine. You know, it warrants a response, and it's not really a card advantage kind of matchup.
Sure. We're going to start by going down to 19. Of course, getting a basic mountain. We'll see where we go from here. I'm excited. I can safely say I've not covered a burn mirror. Outside of like in Knoxville, in the top 4 of that tournament, but that was standard.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of the same, but a little bit different, but we've never done it in Legacy.
The fact that Fire Blast is a factor in the games make them play a lot differently because, you know, your opponent can play against you even when they're tapped out.
Goblin Guy going to come across here for 2. Time to take a draw. Lava Spike is the top card. See if Camidge wants to maybe fire off a lightning bolt at that, and he will right away. Would have preferred the timing to be a little bit different there.
Right, you want to wait until after the trigger resolves.
Now, one of the cards that's actually quite poor in this matchup, both players have in their hand, it's Price of Progress.
Yeah, not the best here. Although both players can run into a spot where the fetch lands aren't playable or usable, so sometimes you can get some value in, but it's a challenge.
Let's see if Camidge would have found a land here off the Goblin Guy trigger. He would have, so it would have been a free mountain given to him if he had waited with the lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Gonna go down 1 lower here, will Camidge. So after the shuffling, I think we're just gonna see some burn spells fly fast and furious. And here's a Lava Spike, and that's 1, that's 2. So Ware's gonna go down to 13 now.
The way that Richard Garfield envisioned it right here.
Just play your spells and take their life total from 20 to 0. Rift Bolt, gonna put Camidge down to 11.
Not a lot of play in the mirror match.
How dare you? Another Rift Bolt on suspend. And Ware's gonna pass the turn right with the Price of Progress. That is basically useless.
Now, that is actually a mistake here.
Okay.
Because if Camidge has an Eidolon and he does, now that Rift Bolt takes damage. John should just cast it.
Every angle.
Oh,
and
yeah.
All kidding aside, I mean, that could end up mattering.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And giving away 2 points of damage.
Unless John felt like he was going to use this Rift Bolt to do something else, like potentially kill a creature, which seems unlikely, he should have just cast it straight away.
Yep. So now here comes 2 points of damage from the Eidolon. So Ware's going to go down to 11, and we'll see where this Rift Bolt's going to go. It looks like it's just going to go upstairs. Yeah, Eidolon also adds a brand new dimension in the matchup.
Eidolon is oddly good in the mirror match because if you have it implied they had to bolt it, that's great. And if they want to not do anything, then you just keep hitting them for 2.
Yeah.
Assuming they have no board, it's very potent.
Lavamancer is going to come in. Ware had to take 2 to cast that as well, so he goes down to 7. Potentially should be at 9 here. And are we going to see some fireworks? Camidge is, and this is why you got to be a little scared.
Chain Lightning against an opponent with 2 red up is also pretty sketchy.
Yeah. I'm going to Chain Lightning this. Wow, he's not going to pay the Chain Lightning.
Well, Camidge could have played back on it.
That's true. That's true. Camidge down to 6. Going to show a couple of cards here. And all Ware can do is Camidge is going to go down to 4. Could die to Fire Blast right now. Here's an attack. Going to put Ware down to 3. Ware only gets to play 1 more spell this game. You see Price of Progress. That's a land. And oh my goodness, the card in his hand is Searing Blaze.
Yeah, the only thing that he can do is Searing Blaze the Eidolon and then hope that Bryan plays a non-basic land before combat, and then he can win with Price of Progress.
So he's going to Searing Blaze the Goblin Guide. Camidge is going to go down to 1, and Ware's going to go down to 1. So yeah, it's just the hard lock. Yeah, and that should be the final points of damage. Yep, that's going to do it. So Bryan Camidge is going to win game number 1 here. In the burn mirror, someone has to win, and right now, Bryan's up a game.
And now, the funny part is the sideboard, because both these players have numerous cards in their deck that are non-functional or close to it. So,
well, I will start with John Ware. I've got 2 Pyroblasts, 2 Red Elemental Blasts, 2 copies of Smash and Smithereens, 3 Relic of Progenitus, 3 Ensnaring Bridge, and 3 copies of Mindbreak Trap. That seems like the old donut to me.
well, Relic can come in.
Sure. I guess it's the
Bringing that
cantrips.
Relic, it's better than it's better than anything else.
I guess it's better than Price of Progress. Might as well get that in there.
Yeah, it's better than Price of Progress.
All right.
Even cards like Vortex, like they're bad, but at least there's something where if you're ahead, you can cast them and they can be good.
Sure.
Whereas Price of Progress never does anything. So the cards that literally have no utility, those come out first, and then the bad symmetrical cards that maybe have spots of being good, they come out second.
What are you looking at?
3 Smash and Smithereens, 3 Relic, 2 Ensnaring Bridge, 2 Searing Blood, 3 Vexing Shusher, 2 Mindbreak Trap. Very close to the same sideboard here. The thing is, he can bring in the Vexing Shusher as just a creature he can cast, and the additional Searing Bloods as well. So again, he can bail on the 4 copies of Price of Progress and maybe one of the Vortex. Now that a 2/2 for 2 is great in the matchup, and you have to be worried if your opponent's capping out on Searing Blazes and Searing Bloods, how many creatures you want to deck altogether. But some of these cards are so bad that they just have to come out. And there you have it.
a quick dust up of how the next game will go.
It's Vexing Shusher time. It's Relic of Progenitus against decks with no graveyard utility time.
Yeah, just because you need a cantrip.
Anything's better than Price of Progress. Yeah. It's not pretty.
Oh, magic. Oh, magic. I cannot imagine either one of these players sitting down at the 5-0 table thought they were going to play against the mirror.
It's unexpected.
Yeah, to say the least. I know you actually like Searing Blaze a lot in Burn, and Searing Blood as well.
If I were playing in a Legacy deck, Legacy tournament tomorrow, I believe I would have a total of 8 in my 75. Probably 4 Searing Blaze main and 4 Searing Bloods in the sideboard. I think that what it does to your matchups against Death and Taxes, Elves, various bug strategies that have Deathrite Shaman, and Baleful Strix, Shardless Agent, or Stoneforge Mystic Deathrite Shaman matchups. It's one of any matchup where that card's live, it's the best card in your deck.
Well, as Bryan takes another look into the camera, we will tell you guys very quickly about SCG Game Night. Coming in September, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Every Wednesday night, we'll be sending out prize kits, 2 pins and 8 foils, and we're going to be resetting the art and the pins every month. Store owners manage this in the same way that you manage all of your IQ or any other store-related organized play. This is supposed to be a little more casual, friendly, a little more grassroots. So you can run whatever format you want on Wednesday nights, whether it's sanctioned or unsanctioned. Just make sure you're getting people in the door. And players, if you're interested in this program, make sure to talk to your store owner or tournament organizer. Again, coming in September, we're going to be releasing these prize kits.
I'm looking forward to this. StarCityGames.com/game night for more information. Or for tournament organizers, you can, of course, email GameNight@StarCityGames.com. Coming in September. Going to be sooner than you think, trust me.
Yes. As the months have flown by.
It'll be September in a minute, and we'll be watching, World Series baseball and also be preparing for more NBA action.
So it looks like John has brought in the Ensnaring Bridges for the same reason that you keep in Sulfuric Vortex. Yeah, it's not good, but there might be spots where it's good for you and you can cast it.
It could accidentally be good.
Yes. Although if Bryan has brought in the Smash and Smithereens, expecting the random Ensnaring Bridges to come.
Yes.
There's a lot of play. It's
real game of one-upsmanship.
Yeah, cat and mouse stuff going on here.
Down at 19, here is a mountain.
Their mirror match is weird. It's not even out of the question that Mindbreak Trap is supposed to come in. I mean, it's not pretty.
Yikes.
I haven't done that much thinking about the mirror. I've only played it once in my entire time playing Legacy Burn, so.
Let's see what we're going to lead off with here. Looks like it's going to be a Chain Lightning.
Got to get that out of the hand first because the opponent can play against it.
Yeah. There that is. Going upstairs. Only takes about 7 more of those. Mountain to start here. Down to 19. Excuse me, 16.
I believe Bryan has 2 other lands in his hand. That seems like a small thing, but I would avoid cracking the fetch land on turn 1. You never know when that matters.
Yeah, that 1 point of damage can certainly matter. Here's a suspend of Riftbolt. Ware going to take a draw. He has drawn a Riftbolt as well. Going to play a Bloodstained Mire, go down to 18.
Also noteworthy is he has Searing Blaze, so he cuts off some utility, some flexibility with his Searing Blazes. But to me, the more pertinent thing is just avoiding taking points of damage that aren't totally necessary. You never know the point, what the point was that's going to kill you.
Well, let's see what Ware wants to fire at this turn. We know there's a Relic of Progenitus in hand, but it seems like that's probably the last card that you cast.
Yeah, as a rule. Doesn't do a lot.
See the Relic going to be slid forward right now, however. So there is Relic, and this is Riftbolt. Pass the turn back. Riftbolt obviously going to go upstairs here. Ware's going to go down to 15. Camidge does take the lead, at least momentarily.
And you can see this, even though Eidolon's symmetrical, you can tell this is the kind of spot where Eidolon would be pretty good for Bryan to have.
Yeah. It looks like he does have one. I think this situation, you just have to deploy it.
Yeah. You have to be really far behind or certain your opponent has a searing effect and not be able to play it.
There's Eidolon.
Bryan gave some hesitation. Of course, it's symmetrical. It's dangerous in the mirror match, but I like that play.
Gonna activate the old Relic here. Remove a card from the graveyard. That's going to resolve here with a Riftbolt. We'll see where it's going to go, if it's going to go towards Eidolon or upstairs. Ware's going to take 2 no matter what. And I think Camidge will be taking 3. So it's 13 all. Now, this might be Ensnaring Bridge.
But I don't know if John can afford to play Ensnaring Bridge this turn, take 2, then get hit by the Eidolon.
Yeah, I don't like that idea at all.
That's getting dangerously low.
I'd rather just get those 2 cards out of the hand. Suspend a Riftbolt here. I'm just going to pass the turn back with the ability to cast Lightning Bolt and crack Relic. There's a Mountain from Camidge. Looks like he's going to attack for 2. Ware's going to go down to 11. Now there's a Riftbolt on suspend. Everybody loves Riftbolts.
And Camidge with Fire Blast and a lot of damage. So this is kind of the pace that Bryan wants to go at here. If John kills it, it frees up Bryan's hand, and if John doesn't want to kill it, that's fine too.
It looks like Lightning Bolt's going to take down the Eidolon. How do you like that versus just going upstairs?
I think at this point he has to do it. What I would have preferred to do last turn, I believe, is with the Riftbolt trigger on the stack, Relic away Bryan's graveyard to draw a card. If you draw a Searing effect, you Riftbolt him and then Searing Blood or Blaze the Eidolon, and otherwise you use the Riftbolt to just kill the Eidolon.
Sure. Here comes Goblin Guide. So do have to have the trigger here, I believe, for that. Trigger on the Goblin Guide, please, God.
I think Bryan's sort of just shortcutting here, not really even caring about the Goblin Guide trigger because he has lethal in hand by a lot.
Yep. It looks like the players may have gone too far with this, as the rather casual nature to the match.
Yeah. I think John took one Eidolon shot too many here.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Eidolon seems like a nightmare in this matchup.
Yeah, it's weird because on the surface, it seems like this would be bad because it's symmetrical and what have you, but it's only really bad for you if they immediately Searing Bloods or Searing Blaze it. And the same thing is true of all of your creatures. The upside of Eidolon is much higher in certain spots.
Well, now Riftbolt is going to resolve here. That's going to go upstairs, you have to imagine. There's a Lightning Bolt and a Fire Blast, so going to draw a card for the turn.
And a Searing Blood.
Yeah, it just has everything. So it looks like we're getting everything figured out with the Goblin Guide.
Yeah, he's just... All right.
There's a Chain Lightning, so sure. There's this. And we'll have another one here in just a moment. It looks like Bryan Camidge is going to win this match. Yep, there's a Chain. There's also a land for a Searing Blood, a Fire Blast. A dream come true for you, I imagine.
Everything.
Yeah, that's going to do it. So Bryan Camidge is going to win this match over John Ware. He moves on to 6-0. We had to have a burn player win this match, and we did. So we'll see if there's any Delver decks at the top tables, because if there are, not a good spot to be in, I think.
Well, it depends. I think these guys are giving up percentage points by main decking the Eidolon against Tarmogoyf deck.